Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome to the British Omani Society. أهلا وسهلا بكم في لندن. I'm delighted today to welcome SailFree. Second time SailFree have been here, came here 2 years ago for a truly inspirational talk 2 years ago. And I have every confidence that tonight will be as good, if not better. And I think there are a number of points to raise about having SailFree here. Firstly, congratulations, coming second and third in the competition, which is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And secondly, Omanis, of course, know this far better than the Brits do, but two nations with so much in common, but the sea and sailing being a really, really important link. And the sea being in the bloodstream almost of Omanis, to see SailFree here and the inspirational work that you've been doing and the way you've brought everybody on from able-bodied to those with determination is fantastic. And so we really look forward to hearing more about SailFree. As I say, I welcomed you, your compatriots here 2 years ago, which was brilliant. And many, many congratulations for doing so well in the competition. And I should also say thanks to BP for being very generous sponsors of SailFree for a couple of years, a number of years, which is great to see. But thank you so much for coming. Please always come here, come pass through London when you're here staying in UK, and I'll hand over to the real nuts and bolts of this, because what you want to hear. Thanks very much, Steve.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, all. Thank you for having us here. Appreciate it. My name is Khamis Al Anbouri. Just give you a quick brief. Who am I? And then I will move with Oman Sail. My background: an army person, retired from the army almost 10 years ago, 2016. Graduated from the Royal Military Academy, Sandhurst, and served for 20 years in the army. Just before I go to the presentation, but something inspired me when we were in Weymouth, at Weymouth. The team arrived here 4 days before, and they kept training, and the weather was really tough on their training days. And so one of the British coaches, Coach Nasser, which is our coach here, Nasser, you are pushing to the limit. He said, yes, we are not coming here to play, we are coming to compete. And then the weather forecast said there is a storm coming from France towards Weymouth through the British Channel. And then we looked at the weather, we said, let's give it a try just inside the harbor. And none of the British teams left the harbor. Okay, so we said, let's go and give it a try. As soon as we left the pontoon, we said, all the teams just behind us. And that paid, which is the team really scored good result at the competition, second and third from overall. To see a program that is only 5 years old start to compete and recognized by the good sailors. As a sailor, when I used to be and I joined sailing, my sailing training was here in UK. So we tried to learn from the British how to sail and how to compete as well in the sailing sport. And now we come and train with them and develop our training in here. So yeah, so let's go to Oman Sail slide. Oman Sail. I don't know if you've heard about Oman Sail. Oman Sail established in 2008 with only 9 people, Omanis, by blessing from His late Majesty Sultan Qaboos, and I was one of these 8 people. And we went through really a tough selection process from 120 participants. We end up with 8 people who be selected. And the aim was to do around the world non-stop racing from Muscat to Muscat, which we did it, and we did it in 76 days. The rest you can read here, but this is what I'm saying. You didn't read it. It's not here. So we did from Muscat to Muscat. If you heard about Ellen MacArthur, the sailor. So we purchased her boat and we sailed her boat from Muscat to Muscat non-stop with Mohsen Al Busaidi. Unfortunately, when it comes to me, I said I cannot do it. I cannot do 76 days in one boat without seeing anything. So Mohsen was the person that he is tough and he can do it. I become a race team member, and one of my results that is around the island race in 2010, which we scored first in boat called the Extreme 40 that time, and between the first and the second only 18 seconds between us crossing the finish line. So 8 people, and now Oman Sail and Oman itself, we have 3 sailing schools in Oman, teach more than introduced the sailing more than 60,000 Omanis. They get to know sailing for free through Oman Sail. And then we selected the youth. We start participating, and one of our latest achievements, we won silver medal in the Asian Games. We tried to get to the Olympic, unfortunately, still not yet. We are aiming in 2028 to get to the Olympic through our team, the boat called 49er boat. So that is the things that is not in here. Oman Sail. Let's go to SailFree now. I think I took more than my time. Okay, SailFree. With the blessing and support, Salah, with partnership BpOman, in 2019, we launched SailFree program. It's a program that is delegated and designed for people with disability to develop them in the sailing and get them to start competing. Through that time, until now, we took around 207 people with disability sailing, introduced them to the sailing. We have a national team now, and now we start developing a youth team. So these people, they are now, the youth look at these people and they aim to become like them when they train now. From 2019 until now, they have participated in different international events. They participated in Hansa World Championship, in UK Championship. This is the second time in UK Championship. They participated in European Championship. So they have been doing this, and the program allowed us to be noticed by the world sailing. And from that, we've been able in 2022 to host the Arts Venture World Championship in Oman. We developed the area to be accessible for people with disability. We hosted that event, and this year, luckily, we won the World Championship, the Inclusive. And the Inclusive is the first time the world sailing that have this event. Why they are having this event? It's one of their requirements to be able to register the sailing into the Olympic in 2032. So after they will develop for 4 years this program, and it will happen every year, when they put the file to the Olympic Committee, hopefully that they accept and have the sailing at the Olympic in 2032. That is just a quick introduction regarding SailFree, and the support from BP allowed Oman to be able to have to be recognized as a place accessible sailing for people with disability. Thank you all. And now I will welcome you, Hassan. This event, him and Adil, they played really well. They scored third at the UK Championship. I think in his story, we'll get some inspiration from his story and his life through since he born until now, and I will leave it to him.
My name is Hassan Lawati. Firstly, I would like all of you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine arriving to this world with a doubt of people's stayed back on your shoulder. Will this son or this boy will walk, will study, or not? Can you go for the second slide? I born with a disability. The first thing the doctor said, and he suggested to amputating my legs. But my dad said, no, this is impossible. He started for searching for the doctors. I went through a lot of operation. I started working on age of 4. Then I started completing my study. I finished bachelor degree. I finished my bachelor degree. Then I started searching for a job. It was very difficult to hire a disabled people in any organization. But I keep pushing and not stopping. I've been selected to work in a bank sector. And I had 3 promotions within 3 years. It was one of my targets and one of my goals to achieve that stage. I didn't stop. In 2000, I met our late His Majesty, and he told me that you will have a bright future. I kept this word with me till today, and I start working on that one. In 2021, I discovered a new passion, which is sail. I joined SailFree, and it was amazing. I love to be in water. Today, I achieved the first goal, which is 3rd place, and it's coming more and more, inshallah. We are now trying for the World Championship, inshallah, completely. Hassan is a human, normal human, but people see him disability, and I see the bad ability. I have that ability. I can do whatever I want to do. After that, you can see this year, 2025, was something new for me. I became a chairman for Oman Association for People with Disabilities. And sadly, recently I lost my dad. He was my first supporter. He was my role model. He was like a candle burning to shine my life. But I didn't stop. I was doing whatever I can do until today. Today, Hassan looking for his mother, his sister, and his wife, and 2 angel twins. And chairman, and sailor, and a banker. My message is for all of you. If you want to achieve your dream, stay disciplined, be consistent, and you will achieve what you are looking for. Thank you. Any questions? It's very waiting for my office.
That be أسئلة أحسن.
Yeah. Any
If you
questions?
have
Anything?
any questions, we will come to for any questions that you would like to ask Hassan or me regarding Oman Sail or SailFree program.
Very much, and thank you very much for the presentations. 50 years ago, I was involved in rowing, a lot of it, 5 hours a day, every day. And this was a rowing 8, university rowing 8, with and there were the 8 oarsmen and there was me.
Yeah.
But I was the cox, and I was the second heaviest cox on the river, which was a tough assignment for the crew. Could I just ask a little more about the wider water sport and rowing in Oman? And you talked about sailing, but aspects of rowing or coxing, those sorts of areas.
Yeah, so regarding the rowing in Oman, we have the traditional rowing, which is a wooden boat that we do and compete, and we have it in 2 regions in Oman. We are looking forward to start doing the a rowing, which we prepare a team to go to the Olympic rowing. Also, we've been looking through this year. I was just talking to Liz, rocking the Atlantic rowing with 3 British that we got to know them through Oman, and they wanted us to join them to cross the Atlantic. But the approach was a little bit, the time limits we have short, because they want to do it by the end of this year. And to be part of that, we select the right people, do the right training, and it's not an easy, it's something across the Atlantic, just a normal rowing. It's mental more than fitness. And so we decided to look at it if we can do it by the end of 2026. We haven't decided yet, but we're looking into that. However, Oman is working towards the rowing, as we just mentioned. The other water sport, we do have the diving as well, and sailing we are with different classes of boats.
Thank you.
Hello, thank you. Your talk was inspirational. The story is very powerful. You talk about this in a moment. One day I started sailing. Tell us about that day. How did you get to sail? What did you see? What did you do?
First day, it was something different. First time I'm going to this boat. I don't know what will happen. But once I started sailing, I forgot everything. I put everything back of mine, and I was starting sailing. Then when I came back, I said, it's the best thing you do to forget your negativities. So then I started completing and challenging myself.
Yeah, just to add to that, one of the funniest, their coach is Nasser. And after Nasser left, they all told me, he's pushing us hard and he's doing a lot of. I said, do you want to get a good result? They said, you have to stop mowing about it. You need just to push.
Our basis.
At least, yeah. And then I spoke to Nasser. He said, okay, tomorrow I will let them earlier. And he took them an extra half an hour in the water. But that showed the result of that, and they now they get it, they understand it. If they want to achieve result, they need to spend more time on the water. So they've been spending at Weymouth 3 to 3.5 hours on the water. Yeah.
Thank you. I was just wondering whether the success of your team has changed the attitude towards disability in Oman.
Can you explain it more?
The way people who are disabled in Oman,
Yeah.
are they treated better now as a result of your success?
Yes, absolutely yes. I will tell you a little bit with that. When we started the program, no one wants to come. None of the parents, because the parents in Oman are really very protective, and they're worried from having their children on the water. And that's why when we started the program, we selected the boat called RX Venture. It's quite big with the keel, so there's the possibility of capsize is very limited. It never happened once here in UK when it was, and they looked at it and there was something problem on the keel itself. So when we started it, only just 5 or 6 they turned up to come, And also to get into the water was really like us trying to convince them, and like we are trying to sell a product to them. And after we started with these people, now lots of people calling up and they wanted to join the program. They have seen not just because it's a sport, it's something that is, when we started the program, we started a joint venture with one of the rehabilitation center in Oman. So we used it as well as a tool to rehab the people with disabilities. So they used it as a tool as well. So it's open for the center when they need it to use the boat and the coaches to take people with disability for any session that we can do for any kind of disability, like using the horses and other equipment. So yes, it's allowing them, and it's building up the culture in Oman, looking after people with disability and having all accesses for people with disability as well.
As you saying that you're one of the first in MENA and the Gulf, so how do you get enough competitive practice? You know, because you can do all the training constantly, but it's only by competing
Yes.
with others that you can sort of push yourselves a little.
Yeah. That is one of the challenges, and even we had this discussion just before we started the event. So we are trying to encourage neighbor countries to start their program as well, and even we offer them a training before every event that we host. Saudi Arabia started. Unfortunately, I don't know what's happened after that. They slightly dropped back. Bahrain as well. So, but they are keen. I heard also Dubai they have it, but I don't know why they don't come and participate in some events. However, for us to train, that's why we come to UK, we go to Japan, we go to Italy, we go to different countries, because just having the weather in Oman, it's not enough for them to develop them. The aim for us, honestly, if the program appears at the Olympic, we are ready. We don't want to be back in the back of the queue. We want to be in front of the line. That's why we come here. We spend good 4 days training. It's not the aim for us wasn't just to compete. It's to have a quality training in a good weather condition. In Oman down there at the moment, very hot, tough to train. However, we have an area called Ras Al Haq, further down south. We always have a summer camp down there. For our youth, and we will have it for SailFree this year as well. So they will go and train there. How we do as well, we have 2 sailing schools, and the 2 sailing schools they compete. One of them in Musana'a, one of them in Muscat. So we develop ranking races. So basically they go through the same path that we do for the other sailing teams. So there's ranking races. If they wanna get to the World Championship by the end of the year, they have to get good results through their ranking races. It's not everyone will participate. It's if you are good, you will participate, and they know that. Yeah.
Before I leave, I would like to special thanks to BpOman and Oman Sail and our coaches, Mr. Khamis, Mr. Nasser, Mr. Haytham, and Mr. Akram. For the champions, our teams, for the hard work.
Yes, thank you so much, Sarita. Thank you for having us. Thank you all for being here and listening to us, and hope we will be inspired with something tonight. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And I think inspire, I think, is absolutely the right word. To see the journeys that you've all been on, to come in a short space of time for 5 years to end up with second and third is absolutely brilliant. So many congratulations. And you will take those trophies back, and you will inspire those who didn't quite make it this time. They'll be champing at your heels to make sure that you stay in that boat and the best person there. But thank you so much for coming and sharing your stories with us. Again, that's a really inspirational story. So thank you so much. And
Thank you.
Very best of luck. Thanks.